Hello, everyone. Once again, Spotlight comes your way from the Daily Tribune Studios here in Makati City. This is Jojo Sylvester. I'm with my co-hosts, Dina Salaventura, our lifestyle editor and associate editor, and Miss Luis Lizan, our expert when it comes to celebrities. That's the title. Today we have a very special guest. Someone very young, very good looking. Someone who's also very good when it comes to talking. Yeah, a good conversationalist. I hope our internet is good. May I present to you Mr. Richard Juan.
Welcome, Richard.
Hi, Richard.
Hi, Richard.
So how does this work? How do we start? What do we do?
We have started.
We have started.
Yeah.
This is Jojo. I'd like to
Hi.
introduce Jojo Silvestre.
Hello.
Hello, Jojo. Hi, nice to meet you.
Luis, say hi, please.
Hi po. Hi.
Hello, Luke.
John.
So these are your co-hosts.
Yes. For this show.
Got it.
How are you, Richard?
I'm great. Like as in. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Ayan. So medyo choppy.
Oh,
But yeah, it's been 59 days, and I think I could say that it's been very productive. Been able to do a lot of things, working on a lot of different projects, preparing myself para pagtapos na ng ECQ, or well, they call it MECQ now. Back to work, back to normal life. Hopefully, I mean, it's not gonna be normal.
normal. That's true.
At least there's gonna be a new normal, but yeah. So are you guys in like at work? Like as in your guy? Parang how does this work? So you guys are allowed to go to work now?
We're required to go to work. Wait, we're allowed to go to work.
Working from is it?
Media is allowed, yes.
Okay. That's why. That's good.
What was your last engagement before the lockdown? What were you doing?
The last tournament on ABS-CBN, and it was a tape. That was the last taping that I did. And after that, lockdown na talaga. Like kasi, everyone else, they stopped production. Nothing. We can't do any of that anymore. And actually, I don't want to say funny story, but there was a story where kasi Christopher De Leon actually was tested positive for COVID, and I think that was the height of the panic of everyone in production, or especially in ABS. Kasi I think we are the only show that had someone that was confirmed positive in the whole ABS. So we all had to be self-quarantined at home for 14 days. And thank God naman wala naman kami any symptoms. All of the rest of the cast, all the rest of the production crew, wala naman may positive, wala naman may symptoms. Kaya yeah, we're happy, and the fact that ABS actually reacted very quickly. They got a ex DOH na employee or something to talk to us, to kind of brief us, to tell us that tell us some facts to make sure that we feel safe and we know that we're safe. So yeah, that was my last engagement when it comes to work, and been at home trying to do different projects, just to prepare myself na after COVID, or after rather this ECQ, para at least there's a new normal that at least I know na there's something to look forward to work towards then.
What do you think will be the new normal for you?
Oh my God, new normal. I don't even know where to start, like when it comes to new normal, let's start with, let's say, entertainment. When it comes to entertainment, first of all, we cannot go to cinemas anymore, at least for the next couple months or maybe even a year. Or at least there's got to be some sort of social distancing. Hindi na pwede yung tulad dati na parang siksikan tayo lahat sa isang cinema or sinehan or ganun. When it comes to, let's say, also for traveling, for traveling in terms of entertainment, for fun, traveling will be such a different landscape now. I mean, because one of the things that I've been reading a lot on is actually also stocks, and Warren Buffett recently just sold all his stocks on all the airlines, parang ganun. So parang he's saying that the travel industry is going to change so much in the coming years, and we still don't know how it's going to be, how it's going to be profitable na kasi, they used to try to squeeze as many people as possible into a flight, pero ngayon parang kailangan may distance na, parang one seat apart na siguro.
Yeah.
Diba? So parang we don't know. I mean, my life before I started shooting for Love Thy Woman was a lot of traveling. And one of the plans was after shooting for Love Thy Woman, I was planning to go to do a little bit more traveling again, maybe start travel vlogging again, try to create travel content again. But right now, I think, all changed na lahat ng plans. And new normal, I think, to really answer that question, it's so hard to really say because everything is really going to change, especially like, I mean, for example, like me, I play football a lot. I play sports a lot. I can't. Football is a contact sport. So, how do you social distance from playing football, diba? And then going to the gym, wala na din yung gym ngayon. Parang it's closed until further notice pa. I read lang kanina, if it's under GCH, it's not, gyms are still not open. So parang, things are really going to change. And I think the industry, when it comes to maybe for health na industry, I mean, that's going to boom for sure. Online learning, that's going to be something new. People are going to enjoy online learning. So yeah, a lot of online learning, I would say. I mean, not sure about the Philippines because our internet isn't exactly the best yet, but not everyone has access to computers. Not everyone has access to fast internet. So yeah, it's so hard to say for Philippines, but I think for in the global state.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me, but yeah, I mean in the US.
You must be very lonely now. What do you
Well,
do
no,
when you're lonely?
well, now at home I'm here with my grandfather and also my dad. So parang kahit pa paano may konting entertainment, to hang out with them. And also I have my two dogs who are right here, right next to me. Sobrang kulit actually. Her name is Nuna. Hello, Nuna.
Huh?
Say hello to everyone. Look, her name's Nuna.
Luna.
This is the daughter.
Okay.
And Nuna actually means ate in Korean. Rifi. And then this is the mom. Her name is Rifi. Hi, Rifi. Say hi to them.
Leafy.
Uy.
Riffy. Hi, Riffy.
Ayan.
Hi. Oh, cute.
Yeah.
What kind of dogs are they?
They're both Lhasa Apsos.
Okay.
So, kind of, parang what the term they always use is ancestors of Shih Tzus.
Royalty.
They're some more pointier.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess these are the types of entertainment in a way that I have to fight the boredom at home or to fight the loneliness at home. Kaya yun. And okay, Rifi and Nuna, now you can go away first. I have an interview.
So what time do you wake up?
Oh dear, my body clock is a little bit messed up. I tend to wake up at around 9:30 now, and then I sleep at around 2, 3, sometimes even 4. But I try to wake up early, and I take an afternoon nap for around an hour. Pero yeah, I try to wake up early to be productive, but I sleep so late now. Like parang I am the most active when it's siguro mga 11 until 3 a.m.
Oh, same
Like
here.
I'm outside.
So,
Like I'm so creative when it's late at night now, especially late at night. Before siguro kahit mga 9 o'clock until 12 nagsimula na, pero ngayon talaga 11 na talaga. Onwards or 10 onwards are really.
Okay, so since you have a lot of time, what are the things that you've been discovering about yourself while at home?
Discovering about myself. I guess one big discovery is I realized that I need to be a lot more self-disciplined when it comes to being productive. Because the fact that we have so much time now and you got to be controlling your own time now, Unlike before, parang if there's a meeting, you have to go out. If you have office work, you go to the office. You kind of are forced to work. But now that you're just at home, and you're just in your bedroom, you kind of have to have that sort of self-discipline to be able to be productive. And I guess that's what I discovered by myself, is that I am able to be self-productive. I'm able to be productive, especially, have self-discipline to be productive at home then kahit papano. And I think it's a skill that we all have to learn. And that might be part of the new normal. I think, I don't think offices will have everyone go to the office all the time anymore. People are more encouraged to work at home. Kaya, yeah, I think that's one thing that I've learned about myself. And also another thing I learned about myself is that I can really, really work at night lang talaga. During the day, I need someone to tell me what are the stuff I need to do. I have to get all the meetings, all the work done in the daytime. At night is where I am able to discipline myself and get all productive stuff done. And yeah.
Did you discover that you have too many clothes?
I have yet to get there. It's actually in my to-do list right now. I actually have a to-do list on all the things that I realize that I need to do. Like, for example, like clean my closet. That's actually on my to-do list. And I plan to do that. Like, I want to look through all my clothes and I want to kind of get rid of some of them, donate some of them, maybe modify them a little bit
Yeah. I don't think
just to make it a little bit different. But yeah, did you guys have noticed that too?
yes. We hardly ever go out anymore. So you only go to the office. So what do you need all those clothes for, right? You can come
Sabagay. Well, I mean, there's an online show, so I guess you guys could dress online show.
Yes.
Do
So,
you
yes, go.
do you miss anyone?
I think I am a what's that? What do they call between introvert and extrovert? Ambivert ba? Ambivert, I think. Yeah, like I think I do miss the human interaction, with my friends, with my close friends, going out, hanging out, having fun. Just like we used to take those things for granted. Like we never thought that we have to ever social distance in our lives, Like who knew that we would have this pandemic right now where everything is now transferred online. And honestly, I also miss those meetings with when it comes to clients, when it comes to business, when it comes to even like this interviews like this. It's always different to just be next to each other and actually talk. Pero ngayon talaga, parang like what we always discuss, like what everyone's discussing right now, it's a new norm. We're just going to get used to this whole online setup. And yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, I guess I also miss the traffic to a certain extent.
The noise.
Where do you live?
Just a little bit. But I'm like, ang daming ko lang palang oras pag walang traffic. That's one thing I noticed.
Do you live near the studio? Or
Which part of Metro
I
do you live?
Yes, I live actually in Paranaque, which is actually kind of far from ABS, but most of our tapings are usually in QC area. Kaya my call times naman usually maaga naman kaya hindi naman super traffic going there. But my other meetings when it comes to, with clients, with other business stuff is usually in Makati, which is why living in Paranaque will be quite easy for me kasi easy naman to go to Makati. And my tapings are usually Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. And my other days naman, I'm usually in Makati area. Most of my friends are also in Makati BGC area. So living in Paranaque for me still makes sense.
So what do you think of the ABS-CBN franchise issue?
Dear Lord, I'm not gonna get too political about it, but I've been very verbal about it then on Twitter. I try to be less political on Instagram and on TikTok, kasi those are the place where you try to escape all the tough stuff in the world that's happening. But on Twitter, I've been very vocal, and I think it's a situation where it's a matter of bad timing for me. It's a bad timing. Yes, they say that the franchise expired on this certain date, but we're in the middle of pandemic. Like I feel like there's needs some sort of a little bit kahit pa paano may konting compassion naman din na parang like, hey, there are people in the provinces who only can get ABS-CBN signal. They have no, diba, they have no other means of other forms of getting information. Paano sila? Parang yun ang para sa akin, yun ang yung number one na concern dapat na. I mean, like imagine if NTC or the government, I don't know what exact government unit, if they came out and say, hey, you know what, hey guys, it's supposed to expire now on this certain date. Guess what? I'm going to extend it because we are currently in a pandemic. Imagine the amount of applause the government will have for this, and sadly, it's the exact opposite of what happened. Kaya a lot of people are against them right now. But I mean, at the end of the day, everyone's gonna say law is law, but there are so many instances right now that law is not being the law. And again, I don't want to point fingers. I don't want to drop names. I don't want to get involved in this political issue. But I just feel like no matter what, there's just got to be some sort of compassion. If they can show compassion to others, maybe show. I mean, if they ever want to show compassion, this is the time to show compassion. To show that they care. And
Very good point.
more than ever, we need these people to show that they care, because a lot of people out there are really in such trouble. And diba?
Yeah, I'm certain. So, what else have you been doing aside from playing with your dogs and reading? Stuff?
What, actually, I've been really. I mean, from the start, so many things has happened because in 2 months, you'd think. I mean, coming to think of it, like so many things in a way have happened. I realized that, oh my God, mag 2 months na pala tayo na naka-lockdown, naka-quarantine. And at the start of the quarantine, kasi when there was such a severe lack of protective gears for our frontliners, I was able to source some of them from Hong Kong. And really, I was very busy with that for the first 2-3 weeks. Kasi it was... Okay, so I'm gonna start, at the start of the quarantine, I spent a lot of time really helping out with the frontliners. Kasi when there was a severe lack of PPEs, doon ako talaga naisip na, oh my God, we gotta help out, because the government, I mean, I don't say government, oops, sorry. I think there was I contacted people from Hong Kong. I was able to source for some PPEs, protective eye gears, and all that, because in a way, like they were so expensive here, and I thought that with my connections in Hong Kong, maybe it would be cheaper, would be a little bit cheaper, but it's of global demand din, medyo mahal din, but at least kahit paano, it's important that I want to show people that, hey, we have our own ways to help, right? Like, it might be very small. I mean, I didn't ship in a whole containers because I can't afford that. But I was able to at least source a couple of thousands of protective eye gears, gloves, and some PPEs to really help. Just to show that I can help. And I really wanted to encourage people to also do their part to support in whatever ways that they can. And I'm glad to see that at least right now, kasi like on social media, hindi naman siya masyadong. People don't voice out as much as they were in the early times of the quarantine or the ECQ. Na a lot of I received so many messages saying na parang, oh my God, guys, please send some PPEs here. Wala kami talaga dito, as in walang-wala. We're using parang 200 a day, but now we're down to our last 500 stocks, parang something like that. And I'm just happy to see that there are so many donations coming in already from big corporations, so the government, purchasing a lot more from different places. So yeah, and that was what kept me busy at the start. And besides that, I also started doing an online course, because online course there are so many free online courses now that
Go to Harvard.
Harvard is even offering. Kaya yun, di ba, that parang hindi sayang.
Okay,
I'm currently still taking it's on Harvard. It's called Emerging Economy, Entrepreneurship on Emerging Economies, and it's something that we're in the Philippines, we're also emerging economy, and it's something that I feel like I wanted to learn a little bit about. And because eventually I want to, after this whole entertainment journey that I'm having right now, I'm looking to also, get into business. And during this ECQ period, this lockdown period, I've also been able
Okay.
to work on some of the projects that I've always wanted to do. Business, starting to slowly build towards it. Oh no, am I being choppy again? Hello.
No, you're okay.
No,
You're good. You're good.
Okay, yeah. So, I've been trying to also work on some stuff when it
Okay, you're frozen again.
comes to business, because it's also kind of like a passion.
Kind of like a. So, Jojo was asking if you've done any cooking
Yes.
of your own.
Do you have any new skills that you're trying out, gimmicks that you want to do?
Yeah.
Cooking. Here's a funny story. Here's a funny thing. I don't actually cook at all. Oh.
Yeah. Oh no, we're all frozen again.
Like I can barely fry, and I know, like that. That's why I'm just glad that we have people here at home naman that's able to cook, that can cook for us. Or else I really would just
Starve.
Do you want to try? Do you want to start cooking?
be truly I will.
Richard.
My hair is usually like this when I'm not doing an interview, or I'm just at home not shooting anything. My hair is usually tied up.
Oh. And then, so you
Kasi parang like it's been 3 months, I think, 3 months na nakapagupit.
wow. Okay, we
I'm
talked about
sure
your
you-
hair, and Louise has a question about the cosplay.
Who are you planning to cosplay next? Because I saw you did BTS. And yeah. So, plan on continuing this cosplay series on social media.
I wouldn't say exact. I mean, I put quote unquote cosplay because I'm really just doing it for fun. Na parang wearing basically what I can find in terms of clothes that are similar to them, and I'm looking at. I'm actually basing it off people love it. But mostly definitely Korean stars. I was looking to do crash landing on Yusana Chloe. Pero hindi ko mahanap yung yung army jacket looking ko eh. Kaya sayang, hindi ko mahanap. And also my hair is super long, so si Hyun Bin, his hair in the show is kind of short eh. So parang hindi siya nag-work. Pero yeah.
You really do look like Kim Soo-hyun, actually. He looks like him. I've watched a lot of his shows. Do you have any drama?
He's my brother. Yeah. And actually he has a new show coming out. He has a new show that's coming out on June yata in June this year on Netflix. So I'm excited for that, and I can't wait to watch that also. And I think a lot of my fans are saying that they're excited for the show that's going to come out. Then they say they can finally see my brother back on screen.
Brother back. Do you have any favorite Korean dramas? Do you have any recommendations?
Well, the number one favorite is definitely My Love from the Star. For obvious reasons. Yung si Bides, si Kim Soo-hyun there. And then, kasi like, I remember when I first watched that show, I was very emotionally connected to it. Kasi it feels like I'm watching myself falling in love with someone and then eventually have to leave. Kaya sobrang nakaka-relate ako dun. But definitely that's number one pick. Another one would be Crash Landing on You, because it shows a different type of love story eh. Parang like it's not the typical na parang oh my god, it's not like, oh my god, this guy's fall in love, they can't do that, they can't be together. Because there's so much layer into it. There's the whole North Korean, South Korean war, na rivalry there. And then there's also another layer of the woman being like a really famous and super popular businesswoman. So from there, ang daming layer. Kaya I like how it's written and how there's so many twists, and it's also because of a lot of fate involved. And I'm a strong fan. I'm a big fan of mga love stories, mga teleserye that's about fate, mga coincidences. Kaya that's another recommendation. And yeah, those are our top 2 for now.
So Richard is a romantic.
I would like to think so.
Richard, who is beautiful Filipina to you?
Who is a bit beautiful Filipina to me?
Yeah.
Dami. Sobrang dami. As in, we can start with Liza Sobrano. We can also go with like the more mature looking, si Pia Wurtzbach. And then there's also there's of course also Nadine, Catherine Bernardo. The list really goes on forever. And yeah, I think I'm very blessed to be working in an industry where there are so many beautiful girls around. I'm not saying with me, but beautiful girls. So yeah.
Richard, what do you wear when you are sleeping?
What do I wear when I'm sleeping?
Yes.
Usually just shorts, so that my body can breathe.
Do you practice social distance while asleep?
Yes, of course. Very important. Very important to practice social distancing.
God. You've traveled a lot. You've met Jackson, as far as I can remember. Jackson Wang. And then Mark.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm a fan.
Yes, Mark Juan.
Yeah.
Kaya pala eh.
I brought it up for obvious reasons. So what are your next? Who do you want to meet after, or who stars that you want to work with in the future after this?
Actually, it's a funny thing kasi like I was supposed to meet Noah Centineo.
Okay.
They were supposed to fly to the Philippines, but sadly because of COVID, they had to cancel their plans. Netflix had to cancel their their meet and greet here. We were supposed to have have like a really small interview with both of them, with Lana. And then yeah, that's kind of hard to know how travel is going to be like. Everything has to be through social media or through the internet or through Zoom or through Google Hangouts, So who do I want to? Oh dear, like I mean, there's so many dreams that I really want to. Like I mean, I would want to be part of a Marvel movie, but kaya it's hard to say right now who exactly I can work with. So I guess the best, the dream would of course be to work with Kim Soo Hyun, because that'll be a very interesting mix up or a matchup.
Richard,
Yeah. Yep.
I have just realized that you're very crushable. How do you feel about being crushable?
My what?
You're crushable.
Crushable.
I'm sure a lot of people like you. How do you feel about that?
Well, because that means I will find a girlfriend easier, maybe. I don't know.
You have a girlfriend.
But, right now it's all... No, right now it's very important to focus on career. Very, very important to set the goal, and like I want to be able to at least be the best version of myself first before I get someone into my life. And I am still very far from that, so...
Really? How long have you been working? How many?
So actually, both my parents are Chinese. They are born and raised in the Philippines,
Oh, wait.
and but I moved to Hong Kong. But they moved to Hong Kong for business reasons back in, I think, almost 30 years ago. And basically, I was born here, but then I was raised in Hong
Oh.
Kong, but I'm in UP.
Oh.
Going to UP.
But where are the ones from?
And yeah, here I am now.
Oh, where are the
So-
ones from? What province do you come from?
Ah,
Yung Juan.
well, you mean here? We're just here in Metro Manila.
And
Juan. Well, Juan is actually okay. My Chinese last name is actually pronounced as Juan also. Hello.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not a
Yeah.
Filipino,
So my
right?
Chinese last name is also pronounced as Juan. But my grandfather, like it's supposed to be pronounced as HWAN. So instead of parang using HWAN, he chose something that is more
Very Filipino.
Pinoy Juan or Juan ganun.
Okay.
Now it's here.
Yung
Okay.
ganda ng mata niya. Oh.
Can you hear us? You're frozen eh.
Aray. Nagmamodel. It's ano ako.
Yeah.
Commercial model kasi.
Yeah.
Parang bagay na
Oh,
bagay.
Richard, you did a lot of commercial modeling before the pandemic, right? You're okay now. You're back again. You're moving.
Ayan, okay. I'm back again.
Okay.
This is why this new normal is going to be so hard.
In the Philippines.
Dear Lord.
You have to have more patience now.
Yeah, like I mean, I wish how our internet here in this country is a lot better. Like I recently just connected this because they changed to Converge.
I
And oops, I'm not even supposed to draw.
Is that a sculpture? At the-
Endings. You know, like
Richard.
oh,
Hi. this
okay, we
is
back. We are back. Okay, now we're smooth. I think.
All right. What did you do?
Hope so.
I
Hopefully.
don't know then. I think I'm smoother now.
Okay, so going
Are you?
back.
Hello?
Hi.
Yes, I can hear you guys. Yeah. Yep.
Crying. Someone's crying and it's a lot of editing to do. Okay, so let's go back to
Modeling.
yeah, the work you were doing before. You also did a lot of modeling and commercial modeling. Can you tell us about that, please?
I heard modeling, and can you tell me about that, please?
Yes.
What about it?
Well, you did a lot of those before, right? Was that something you enjoyed doing, and how do you see that changing now that people won't be going to the
Hindi
mall
ka, not siya.
anymore? They'll just be shopping online and stuff. Wait, we were talking about the wall behind you. Is that
The wall behind me.
is that you? Is that your
Yes,
Wow.
this is a very weird activity. Yes, that is actually from a shoot that I did 5 years already. I think as of this way, 5 years ago when it was with SM Youth, and it was shot in Pico de Loro, and then the theme or the campaign was more of something like a little bit abstract, where they wanted us to post in front of this, So during that time, my hair was actually really short. Like they shaved off this side, parang ano man tawag, side side shave or faded or whatever those terms are. So parang nawala dito, and then they really brushed my hair up. So I was a completely different person. And yeah, that was, and then they were like, okay, we're gonna throw this away. Do you want it? And I'm like, yeah, sure, of course. Why would I want to throw the picture of myself away? So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna keep it and
Dito kumain, oh.
and
So wait, can you show us a full shot again? Can you show it again?
wait.
Ah,
Pinabuhat mo ng laptop.
Wow!
I'm standing right now.
Huh?
I can't even reach the top,
Big.
and I'm 5'11" and a half, by the way. So this is probably like 7 feet tall, I think, or 7.5 feet tall.
Which part of your house are you at?
I'm in my room right now.
Oh, show us your room.
Collection.
Do you have
It's a bit messy, so I guess maybe next time. Medyo magulo. I'll show you this part. This part lang.
okay, the cleanest?
Ayan. So this part is like a little balcony area,
Okay.
and this is a world map,
wow.
and yun, that's the massive picture of me.
Yes, very nice.
This is the workspace, and yeah, this is pretty much it. And then the bed is on the other side, but it's really messy. And whoops, I'm wearing shorts.
That's okay. That's good.
Oh, TV!
Yeah.
Now you're comfortable.
Thank
Oh,
you.
oh. All my Zoom meetings have all been wearing shorts lang.
You have nice legs.
Chicken legs, they call it.
Yeah,
What's your height?
5'11".
5'11".
Oh,
So, Richard, and I think we can wrap up now. I just want to ask about, well, what your thoughts on the pandemic and how you see this changing your life, because I think you're one of the people who most affected. The kind of people who most affected are the ones in show business and events and entertainment, and you've been very active in those industries. So I'm sure you've thought about it this past 2 months. So what are your thoughts? I mean, it's gonna change your whole. Even your vlogs will change, I think, because travel
Yeah.
will be for a while. So what are your thoughts?
Let me think. Okay, this might go on for slightly long. I think let's start with how things are going to change. And earlier I've also mentioned some of the stuff, but I think to add to that is there are so many. It's just going to be a completely different. I can't say complete. Like it's going to be a very different scene. Because our industry revolves around human interaction, revolves around connecting with people, revolves around events, and usually events. The more people there are, the more successful it is, diba? So now, how do we how do we identify? How do we say one event is successful or not, given the fact that we are only allowed maximum of 10 people gatherings nowadays? And even in restaurants, for example, if you see pictures around the world, lahat may mga social distancing, may mga barriers na din, may mga ganun. So parang, in terms of events, I'm sure in the next couple of months or maybe next year or two, there might be no more events talaga. And if ever events, mga sobrang minor events, unless there's a vaccine, unless there's a cure, that's when maybe events are allowed again. But that's that for events. And then when it comes to taping naman, I think I can share this naman. When it comes to our taping, when it comes to shoots, we're not the crew. There's only a certain amount of crew. Like before, let's say the whole production will have on a taping, they will have 100 people, but they've actually told us already that it'll be halved. It'll be halved, meaning there'll be less production people. We're going to be working less hours. We're going to be in a way, to make sure we're always healthy. They want to make sure our immune system is high and up. So that would also be severely affected. That means maybe when it comes to shooting or taping, we have to produce content, or we have to produce shows that are 2 or 3 months or weeks ahead of time, so that hindi maabot yung bangko. So may mga ganun din. And then on top of that, besides that, when it comes to vlogging, when talk about vlogging naman, people are always into travel vlogging because, vlogs are in a way for them to escape how the city life is like, or how the province life is like, and to see different types in a different part of the world. But now with vlogs, travels are going to be so limited, and and in terms of pricing, honestly, that's something that I'm very intrigued about. Because before, like I said, because of economies of scale, fitting so many people in a plane, you can get cheaper plane tickets. But now, because of social distancing, you can't. Yung economy seats palagi parang siksikan na yan. Ano ba ngayon? Ngayon magiging business class na lahat, parang luwag na ba lahat? So that will change also, and the whole landscape exactly. So a lot of space now. So the whole landscape of traveling is going to be completely different, and I cannot imagine or cannot even guess how that's going to change. So vlogs are definitely going to be different. People are going to have to think of creative ways to create content just locally. Kasi parang sometimes some people even say, like doing travel vlogs is like a cheat day. Kasi kahit anong gawin mo sa travel vlogs, people are going to like it because they're seeing something different. They're seeing something that they'll never get to see if they just stay here in the Philippines or stay here in the city. So that's that, and those are the three main things that are going to be completely different. And for me, I will still continue to do all those stuff, still continue to be creative and be creating content that I feel like has to be more of substance. And I think when it comes to online content, a lot of people are going to be diving into online learning. Like online learning, I think it's going to be a new norm. People are going to be I hopefully, because I'm a strong advocate of youth development, I would love to have the youth be more involved when it comes to online learning, instead of them, being into content that are very, excuse me for the word, but very stupid. Like sometimes the most viral content are stupid pranks and stupid, clickbaits or like people who are half naked. These are stupid contents that unfortunately get the most views and make the most money, and that's why a lot of YouTubers get into YouTube, do stupid vlogs, because they know that that's the easy way out to make money. But me, I mean, if you see my vlogs, like I try to make things more in terms of more informational, more infotainment. So but it's a mix of, it's fun, but you also learn a thing or two from it. Hindi yung talaga walang kwenta. And I think honestly, like moving forward, I think people are really going to be more careful with the content that they consume, and they would be more into online learning. They would want to learn more stuff, and because they don't get to go to classes anymore. Like before, in a classroom of let's say 40 people, now I think that they're gonna find a way to make it to be only 20. More people are just going to spend more time online and more quality stuff.
Yeah. How was the Harvard online classes? How is it? I mean, is it hard to do? Was that your first class?
It's my first one so far, but it's something that I want to be doing it more consistently. Because one thing I learned is that there are so many websites who offer free courses. As in, there's this website called edx.org. They give so many different online courses from different universities, from NYU to Harvard to MIT. So sobrang dami, and I mean, honestly, looking at them, there are so many interesting topics that I want to do, but there are just also different things that I'm also doing, such as creating content and also starting to do a little bit of planning for my business. So parang ang daming kong ginagawa na I want to wait. I just wish there's more time in this world, and it frustrates me when I see people saying, "Oh my God, I'm so bored. What can I do?" I'm like, dude, there's a whole bunch of information, there's a whole bunch of knowledge you can learn online, but yet you're saying you're bored. I'm like, really? So yeah, does that answer your question?
Thank you. What kind of business were you thinking of getting into after?
Actually, one thing that I've been doing or planning for the last actually even before this whole ECQ, that I'm actually putting up a little studio. I'm going to, yeah, we're going to produce a lot more content, not just for me, but also a studio for content, for creating more content. Because I believe that content or videos are going to be king in the next at least 2, 3, 4 years, especially within the norm. Because if people are going to be hungry for content, a lot of things that can be used to be done, in person, are going to be moved onto online. So we're working out a couple of details on it. We are still working on the name on our studio, but I have a partner who I'm working very closely with also. So we're hoping to launch maybe before my birthday, which is on August. Kaya, yun, it's exciting times. It's exciting times.
Gonna be how old by then?
I'm going to be 22.
20 something. Okay. We'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Thanks so much.
It's not my fault it lagged now.
can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you guys again. Yep.
So, just want to say thank you for taking the time to have a conversation with us. It was very nice talking with you after so long. The last time we talked was months ago, right?
Yeah. My God. Thank you also for having me. It was extremely fun, and I'm so sorry for my horrible internet connection. Like, I really don't know why it's this bad, but hopefully it'll get better. Hopefully we can do more of this, and hopefully we get to do hangouts and in real life soon.
Hopefully. Thank you very much. It was fun talking with you.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you so much. See you guys soon. Take care. Stay safe.
You too.
And bye bye.
So that was our very special guest, Mr. Richard Juan. Thank you again. And this has been TribuneNOW's Spotlight. I'm Luis Tizan, and my co-host, Mr. Jojo Silvestre and Ms. Dina Ventura, and we will see you guys soon.
Thank you. Bye.